was gonna do this. Hey everybody, welcome back if you have been to my live stream before. If not, thanks for stopping by. And this is season 1, episode 3, and today we're going to be going over together how I make my cloud effect mix. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later. First, it's been a crazy hectic week as usual. Kids and school and dogs and everything, you know, life. And we got some new equipment again, another piece of equipment. My husband decided that we needed another camera. So we're actually going to be having picture-in-picture. So when I go to the overhead, yeah, fingers crossed for the picture-in-picture. So if we have any technical difficulties, bear with us. Also, don't forget that there is a delay, like 30 seconds or so. I don't know why YouTube always has a delay, but, you know, I'm sure they have their reasons. But when we go to the overhead view, then we'll still have this view. So you'll be able to see me still and when I'm doing the painting. And I want to go over my dried result from the last 2 episodes, live streams. This one, I kind of forgot to show you guys last week. So this one was from video 243, where I showed you how to avoid muddy pores. And that one, is that the right? I don't remember which way I poured it, but you can see how pretty the colors are, how vibrant they still are. Looks really, really pretty. And then this is the one that I did for my live stream to show you that it's still attainable using my steps on a larger canvas. And you can see how beautiful these colors still are. And if any of you guys are having, you know, trouble with your paints drying kind of, I guess, for lack of a better word, matte looking or dull, I guess. I get mine this to look, I mean, this looks like it's wet still. And it's because of Liquitex pouring medium. My pouring medium is not all Liquitex. I do mix it with Floetrol and water as well. But I found a really good mix that works for me, and you still get beautiful colors. They stay beautiful from wet to dry. So there's that one. And then the other one I've got is the one I did last week. I don't know if you can, how good you can see that, but it dried beautiful as well. The colors are really nice and vibrant still. This yellow is just gorgeous. The one thing that I do want to point out to you though, I'm going to have to maybe get a little closer. I'm not sure if you can see it back here, but I'm going to show you and then I'll get closer. Right here, the paint was a little bit thicker, so it kind of rippled just a little bit. Now it's happened to me once before, and the same thing. It was just a tad, tiny bit thick. So, if I can get up a little closer, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but really, it sort of adds, in my opinion, now it's just my opinion, but when you're looking at it, it's right where all this cloud is, and I think it adds a little bit of dimension to the painting or movement. It actually looks really good. So once it's sealed, that might cover it if I resin it. So anyway, I still think it turned out gorgeous. It dried amazing. All right. And let me see who's stopping by here. Carla. Hi, Carla. Roxy. Thank you, Carla. Thank you so much for the painting. It's so much more beautiful in person. It really is a beautiful painting. My husband's the one that picked it out for the giveaway. So he did a really good job picking it out. And I'm really happy that you like it. I thought it was just really beautiful. Simple, but quite elegant. Hi, Emma. Hi, Melanie. Raymonda, Patricia. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I do have a new wine also tonight. It's kind of got a little condensation on the bottle. It's actually the same brand that I love, but it's a sweet red. It's like a red Moscato. So that's what I'm having tonight. And I want to show you guys a little bit of the stuff that I got in the mail. I got some new paints from Lucas. I'm going to be doing a review. I do really like Lucas paints. These are the ones that I got. These are colors that I don't normally use. There are some browns. I've got, let's see, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and brown ochre. Those are normally colors that I kind of shy away from, but I was going to step out of my comfort zone a little and try those. And then I've got this really pretty earth green, lemon yellow. Which one is this one? Cadmium red deep hue. And then I got white, titanium white. And then I got something from Golden. I'm really, really excited to try. I got one yellow. I didn't have a yellow. But I got the Golden Color Pouring Medium Gloss. Super, super, super excited to try this. I've got my collection of Golden paints started, so I'm definitely going to be doing a video using their color pouring medium. I'm really excited to see my results with that. And let's see, don't want you to see my back. And I'm also going to be doing a video on Liquitex. Well, I just bought Liquitex Basics, but I got primary blue, primary red, and primary yellow. And I'm just going to do a couple techniques with these three colors, and maybe white, maybe black, just so you can see what beautiful paintings you can get with just these, minimal colors. All right, so super happy about those. I got a bunch of paints from, they're called Modern Masters. I got like 7 or 8 different paints. This one I got is called Venetian Blue. I don't know if you can see how beautiful blue that is. So super happy about trying that as well. And so tonight I'm actually going to be using all Soho paints. If you guys have ever used Soho, I like those paints quite a bit. And let me see who else has joined us. Let's see. Melanie, thank you. I look forward to Sunday as well, hanging out with you guys, having some wine and just relaxing a little bit. Karen, hi Karen. You didn't miss anything. No. Let's see. Sorry, I spelled your name wrong. Oopsie. I don't see you spelled it wrong. But you know what? My whole life has been a wrong spelling. My parents named me with an IE, spelled it with an IE. Nothing, you can't find Tracie with an IE. My mom even buys me stuff with it spelled wrong. And I tell her, you named me, and then she blames my dad. No, he named you. Whatever. Anyway, I've been dealing with my name being spelled wrong forever and ever. So no big whoop. Actually, I've probably been called worse, so no big deal. Anyway, I think, hi Charlie. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get started with mixing up my cloud effect. Now, I don't have my bottle here real quick. Hold on one sec. Oh. When I do my cloud effect mix, I use Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. I don't know if, am I good, love? Okay. Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White, and then Bare Satin Enamel Ultra White. This is paint and primer in one, and it's ultra pure white. I'm not sure if I said that already. Now, the first time I tried it, I bought the little quart size, and because I have such good results, I went and bought a whole gallon of it. So what I do is, I'll set that there for a minute. I just take a paint, one of those what are those called? You put it on the edge of the gallon jug, and then I just pour it into, this was a milk jug. That way it's easier to pour for later. So this is my satin enamel paint that's in here. And then my pouring medium, I keep this already mixed up. It's Liquitex pouring medium, Floetrol and water. It's in an old deco art jug, which I've used before too. I like that. Anyway, let me get all my cups. I have a couple different ways to show you because it depends on the amount of cloud effect mix that you need. When I make it, I make quite a bit of it in here. So this was actually an old popcorn. I don't know if I told you guys last week. It was an old popcorn container. But anyway, when I mix it in a larger cup. I have a 16 ounce. I think this one is. I also have an 18 ounce, but I measure it by the lines on here. Now, just for today, I'm just going to use the little 1 ounce cups. I also sometimes use the 3 ounce, so it just kind of depends on how much you need. All right, so I'm going to move the big one because I'm not making that much. I already made a bunch of it. Oops, I'm going to knock stuff over here. All right, and don't forget about our delay. I know I said it once already, but if I don't get right with you, we do have a little bit of a delay. Let's see, Melanie. I know the feeling, never have been able to get anything with my spelling. Very frustrating. Yeah, it used to be when I was younger, but kind of just go with it, I suppose. All right, so I'm going to start out. I'm going to use, like I said, I'm going to use the 1 ounce cups. And, oh, let me get my... First of all, I need to get my apron on real quick like. I got a new apron the other day and it's already getting filthy. Surprise, surprise. All right, we're good to go. Get my gloves on. I hope you guys are having a great week, had a great weekend. Let's see, Karen, I'm sorry for spelling both your names wrong. Well, now you know, Karen, no big deal. All right, so again, I'm going to start with the Bare Satin Interior Satin Enamel, Ultra Pure White. Oh, my husband says I'm out of the frame, so I got to move over a bit. Okay. And I'm just going to start with a 1 ounce cup. Okay. And just pour that in there. Now, I'm not going to get to the tippy top. I'm going to get as close to the top as I possibly can. All right, I don't know if you can see that. It's right up there. I'm just going to pour that right in. And I always try to get as much out as possible. Okay. I'll put that over here. And I think I'm actually just going to save, I'm going to just use one cup tonight. Oops. Oh, sometimes that paint dries and sticks to it. All right, so now, oh, this one's almost empty. Of course, it's going to make funny noises. All right. So there you guys can see. That's pretty much to the top too. Most of the time, I honestly eyeball everything. I really do. This is really the only thing that I've kind of gotten a good formula down. Everything else is pretty much eyeballed. Even my pouring medium, I've adjusted a little bit, so it's not even really exact anymore, but it's close. All right, so now I take my pouring medium, whatever pouring medium you guys use, and again, mine is 60% Liquitex pouring medium, 30% Floetrol, and 10% water. Now the Floetrol, when I'm pouring, making my pouring medium, I strain it a couple times, and because it always gets so nasty. Because I used to, when I would first get my Floetrol, I would strain it right away. And then I would mix my pouring medium, and then whatever I had extra, okay, I saved it and waited. And even the Floetrol that I had already strained still needed to be strained again. So I always make sure that it's like double strained. And even then, sometimes mixing it, you'll find some nasty stuff in there. All right, so again, same 1 ounce cup. Now sometimes this part is not exact. So I'm going to start out with the 1 cup, okay? So far, It's pretty much 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce. Whatever amount you need, it's the same for all three. So if you were making, like this cup is a half a cup Artist Loft, half a cup Bare Satin Enamel, half a cup pouring medium. So if you're only making a little bit, 1 ounce of each, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that I'm making sense. Now, sometimes it is a little bit thick, so I do, add a few more drops. But some people like theirs thinner than I like mine. I like it a little bit thicker, I suppose. I don't know if you can see that. And it's pretty much running straight off of the heck is this? Tongue depressor? I don't know. Stir stick. And I make sure I get it good. Now usually when I make my any of my paints or my cloud effect mix, I don't use it right away because of air bubbles, because I really get in there and I stir it good, because I don't like having chunks of stuff. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me look, see if anybody's got comments. Karen. Oh, she's gonna write them down, write our names down. All right, do you guys have any questions about the pouring, the cloud effect mix? I don't know, can you see that really good? I'm hoping. I can't really tell. And this is what I've been using for quite a while. When I first started, I started using, and actually this still works with the deco art too. That's kind of what I started with. And it was like 25-75, and then I went to 50-50, and I got so much better results. All right, so that's that. It's as easy peasy. So hopefully you guys got that. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put this away really quick on my shelf. And I don't really need this stuff right now. Or this. I'll just leave that right there. Can you get that out of the way there, love? Okay. Let me get a little sip here. I think I'm going to have paint on my wine glass. No worries, no worries. All right. So, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to show you. Oh, let me see. Can you repeat the mix that you put in the large cup again? Oh, the one in the large cup, I just put half of a cup of everything. Half a cup of Artist Loft Flow Acrylic, half a cup of the Bare Satin Enamel Ultra Pure White, and then half a cup of the pouring medium. So whatever amount you're making, regardless if it's a small amount or a big amount, all three are the same. So you can use, Karen, you could take a cup of each. You could take a quarter of a cup of each, 2 ounces, whatever it is. It should all be all three the same. It's pretty simple. So write it down. That way you won't forget. All right, Emma, thank you. Sometimes my mouth moves a little faster than my brain, or maybe it's the other way around. Sometimes my brain is saying stuff, but my mouth is my brain is saying, don't say that, but my mouth already said it. So that's what happens a lot around here. Yeah. Or my son always says, the crazy Irish lady comes out. The little Irish lady comes out. I tell him, don't make me mad, because that happens. moms get mad sometimes because kids do dumb stuff. All right, let me check real quick, see what we got here. Thank you. Okay. All right. Glad you guys got it. You can always email me if you have any questions. It's tracielreed@icloud.com. So I don't have any problem with that. If you have a question you'd like to ask that's maybe more in-depth, and I can answer you that way too. All right, so I'm going to go over the paints really quick, and then we'll probably switch to the what do you call it? Picture-in-picture, the overhead. Fingers crossed that works. So let me get the paints out and show you what we're going to be working with today. Let's see who's here. Susan, you're doing great. I would be so nervous doing a live prep. Well, Susan, I was extremely nervous the first two. Tonight, I was a little more kind of chill. What I started doing last episode, and it's going to sound silly, but we watch The Office religiously in this house, over and over and over and over. Like daily, we watch The Office. And if any of you have watched it, for one, it's hilarious. But for two, I love the music intro. So I think of it in my head, or I play it, and I just jump around like a crazy person, and it just gets all the jitters out, and I'm cool. And plus, a couple sips of wine, and I'm good to go. So, good evening. Hi, Tina. And Karen, I just had a house full of kids, so my brain is trying to switch gears. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that'll do that. We've only got the one left in the house, so, and he's 17. No little ones. All right, so back to the paints. I'm using Soho tonight. I don't know if you guys have ever used Soho. I don't know if I've even ever done a review or a review. And I've used them several times. I love Soho. Their Payne's Gray is my favorite, and I think I've said that before. But I've got the Golden Payne's Gray that I'm super excited to try. And now that I've got my new, the Golden Pouring Medium, I can try it. But anyway, tonight we've got Manganese Blue. And that is this one here. I don't know if you can see that. And these are my little cups from, I buy like little snack size hummus. We eat a lot of I shouldn't say we, I eat a lot of hummus. I love hummus. And so when I get done, I just rinse this out and I use it to cap my paint if I'm going to use it quickly, not forever, because it's not that airtight. Anyway, that's the first color. And let's see, I've got gold. And I like their gold quite a bit. Their gold is pretty good. So there's that one. And let me take the lids off these other ones. I'll throw them out of the way. And this blue is really, really pretty. It's mineral blue. And it is a really, really deep. I can't tilt it too much because I had a little issue with mixing that one because I had it pretty good, and then I went to add a little bit more pouring medium and it kind of spilled out, and then I had to add more paint to it. And sometimes when you mix it and then you have to add new, it kind of is that little, and you can't, it's a little pieces of chunks and you can't get it. So that's why I ended up making a whole cup of that one. And then this next one is called Rose Madder, and I really like this one. It's like a quinacridone magenta, but a little bit like a little darker almost. I don't have a lot to show you in here, but it's a little, just a little bit darker than that. So those are the colors, and then I've already got my my cloud effect mix in here made. I'm not using this because of all the air bubbles that I just put in it, so I'm going to end up putting that in here when I'm done with this tonight. So let me move that, put a little cap on here, which is another thing I use. My yogurts that I buy fit perfectly on here. And like I said, they're not airtight, but they are quite helpful when it's a paint that you just mix up and you're gonna use like the next day or even a couple days. There's no film on it or anything. They work pretty good, but I wouldn't use them for a permanent way to store your paint like the Specimen Cups. I really like those. Something that has more of a sealed lid. All right, so let me see if we have any comments here real quick. Emma Bush, I am funny, I think, but you know, I mean, I think that's just because my husband laughs at me all the time, so I just assume that I'm funny. Maybe he just thinks I'm dumb. I don't know. Oh, that's funny, HR. Oh, HR. Oh, that blue. Yes, the blue is gorgeous. Anybody new? Tina. Oh, there she is. She was up there and then she commented again. Thank you, Tina, for joining us tonight. Or this evening. I guess it is. It's dark out already here. When does the time change? Did we already do? We didn't do that yet. It's got to be coming up soon. Then it'll be even darker earlier. Ugh. All right, so I think we're going to switch. Or not switch. Yeah, add the view. Is that what it is? You just add it? Did you do it? Okay, so you can still see. Am I going to be able to see it in there, my love? Okay. I just took a drink, so I should be able to see myself pretty soon. I use gelato ice cream containers. Yeah, I mean, anything that works so you don't have to use so many cups. Because I try to use, like, paper ones as much as I can. I use, you know, these. I get these from Publix. I try to use those, but, and I try to reuse these, like I said, these. And I wish the yogurt ones came with a little cap on them, but they don't. So, let's see. She said, I have a problem. I said I repurpose them, so I'm good. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's working. It's working. My husband's trying to tell me, and I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, really quick before I get started, I don't know if any of you guys watched the bloopers that he started doing. So I give him quite a lot of those. A lot of it though is not even on camera, so you'll miss a lot of funny stuff that I do. Because he said that he could record me, but it would have to be like 24/7. I'd be like on reality, you know, TV being recorded all the time. So most of the stuff that he gets is just when I'm trying to like record intros and funny stuff like that, or if I do anything funny during the live streams. But anyway, you gotta be funny. Just can't be too stiff, I guess. All right, so I guess we're good to go here. And I gotta open this. Also, I'm gonna be hopefully doing some gadget pours here coming up. We've got some like the next couple weeks videos are planned out, but I want to get some gadget pours. I've still got the when I went to the store and took you guys with me, and then I have those things I still need to do videos of. I don't know what you're saying. This thing that I had such a hard time opening. Ugh. I've been practicing with it. I'm like working my muscles here too, which might be good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. And I think I'm just gonna stay. Well, I can stay sitting, I suppose. That'd be weird. I'm not used to sitting. I'm gonna stand. Can you have to let me know if my head gets cut off. I'm gonna fix my apron really quick. My shirt's kind of messed up there. All right. So, let me check the comments. Sorry, love. Okay. Gotcha. Can't see nothing. All right. All right, guys. So, hopefully you can see everything. I think my head might be cut off unless he's going to adjust it a little bit. which might be good though, because sometimes my facial expressions are a little crazy at times. All right, so I wrote down, I do this, I try to, before I get started doing really any pour, I'm pretty religious about writing down the order. Sometimes I wing it, most times I spend a good amount of time because I envision it in my head. Now it doesn't really ever go, sorry, I forgot we got this double camera thing. All right, so I try to write everything down. Anyway, let's go. I wrote it down is what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm just going to start with the gold first. See what happens. And I'm working on, this is a 14 by 14 canvas. And I have my nice bigger thumbtacks in there. And let's see, I'm going to go with a little bit of white. I don't know if I've actually done this like this with the white and gold before, so kind of curious to see how that's going to look. And then I'm going to go with this manganese blue. Now, as I'm pouring, I can kind of see some air bubbles still, so there may be quite a few air bubbles. I made this paint fresh this morning, hoping that they would all be gone, but you never know sometimes. All right, and now this is the Rose Madder, it's called. It's a really pretty color. All these I really, really like. And a little bit more white. And I don't know if you guys ever have paid attention to how I pour my paint in. I pour it from the side. I'm not really willy-nilly with it, I guess, if you will. Like, kind of all over. This is really pretty. This is the mineral blue. Like some people just pour it and kind of go all over. I don't do that. I think really that is helpful when you're trying to get, especially with a ring pour, you're trying to get, you know, some defined lines. At least that's my theory. All right, a little bit more gold. And I think I'm going to call it. I think that's going to be it for now. So far, I may have to add some white around the edges, and we're gonna try this here. I'm gonna take one sip before I pour that. Let me look here real quick. We will post all after the live. Yeah. What brand of paint? The paint is Soho. I don't know if you missed. Are you just... Oh, Deidre. Yeah, she just joined us. I'm using Soho tonight. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch my cup. And I'm just doing a regular ring pour. Last week I did a kiss pour. But I'm just going to do a regular ring pour tonight. All right, so here we go. Hopefully everything works out. If it doesn't, then we'll see. But fingers are crossed. It's kind of quiet. I don't hear any dogs barking in here. That's a first. Oh, this looks really, really pretty. At least from, I mean, I got a little closer view than you guys do, but it doesn't look like there's too many air bubbles. There's the white. I was wondering where all the white went. There it is. And I think I just saw a little chunk. Yep. I may have some chunks to pick out. It's probably that stupid Floetrol. It still sometimes likes to cause a ruckus. Got a little bit of that left. Let me see what we got here. I love the colors. Yeah, very pretty, very pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really, really nice. Are you showing me right here? All right, cool. Now, I am actually going to take some All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit more in this cup and do a second one. Just a little one. See what happens. Now I'm just going to willy-nilly the paint. I'm just going to put it in there. However, see what happens over in that corner, because I'm just going to fill in that area. Oh. What? Yeah. I don't know what you're saying. And I try to be, I know I've talked about layering before, be mindful of how you're layering the paints in your cup. Because like I said, sometimes when you just kind of pour them over like this, they just go all willy-nilly, I guess, for lack of a better saying. And then you kind of get mud. So, I don't know if you guys can see what's happening, but that looks pretty cool right there. I love this here. Alright, so I'm just going to do this over here, and I'm just doing it to fill in because I have all this paint made. And I've not done this like this before. Okay. And we're just going to see what happens. Because this is a relaxing, fun, end of the week experiment, if you will. And I'm still, you know, learning all the time as well. I know you guys are tuning in to watch because I like to experiment, but that's how I've learned. I've learned just by totally experimenting and trying new things. It looks like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse ears. Now I don't even really know which way I want to go with this. And I'm still going to pour some white around the edges. And this is just regular Artist Loft white. These look really pretty. I actually don't even want to move anything. But it's inevitable. It's got to happen.
That's a trademark problem right now.
Oh my gosh, it is. Disney might try to sue if they see this. Or they might like it and hire me for something. Who knows what. And I am going to use my torch and pop these silly air bubbles. And honestly, there's not really any in my paint, so that's really good. Oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. I'm going to try to show you guys up close. Oh, down? Oh, there you go. Sorry, I tried to get too high up there. This looks really awesome. So I'm just going to start moving it because I don't really have... I mean, I guess I do have a choice, but if this dries like this, it'll crack and be no good. I'm going to run it this way. Oh, this looks so pretty. Okay. I don't know if I've ever done like a multi-cloud effect pour before. All right, we're going to go this way. Can you see that really good, my love? Ooh. Ah! It's one of those things that you just don't want to dump anything off because the whole thing just looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. All right. One more. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. I know, guys, I keep saying that, but it really does look pretty. Okay, so I think, oh, actually, got a little bit right here. I'm just going to pull that down. Actually, I think I might run it. Ugh. Nope, not touching it. I feel like the paint might be a little thick on here. But it's really pretty, and I just don't want to, I don't want to mess. Wow. These colors are amazing, you guys. This looks so beautiful. Wow. And that's my cloud effect mix right here. Right here, guys. This is it. So try it. You guys got to try it. You have to let me know what your results are. Let me see what my comments. I'm going to sit for a second. I don't know if I'm still in the camera, but what was in the bigger container of white? Yes. Oh, hold on a minute. I'll get back to Tina. One sec. Gorgeous. Okay. I'm going to take my gloves off because they are just soaking with paint. I just splattered it on me. I'm not sure if this is the white jug. This is my cloud effect white. And if you're just joining, was that, I'm not sure who said that, Tina. I'm not sure if she was already here. But this is my cloud effect white jug that I use, which is, again, the Bare Satin Enamel, Ultra Pure White, half with Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. And then this white that's here in this bottle that I put around is regular Artist Loft by itself with my regular pouring medium. So I didn't add, this is just plain white, plain Artist Loft by itself. And that's what I do all the time. I know you guys have seen that subscribe and watch my videos. I do it a little bit different than some other artists. They coat their canvas first. I don't always do that. I used to in the past, but I don't really do it that way anymore. I just put the paint on, and then if I feel like I need to add the white around it, I do, which most cases I do. And maybe if I coated the canvas first, I don't know, that's just the way I prefer to do it. You guys do it either way, but that's just how I do it. And this thing is looking amazing. Wish I could zoom in more because there's just kind of cells popping up and everything. And I'm going to run over it really quick. Can you tell me? Okay. Okay. I'm just going to run over it real quick with my torch. I don't really see any air bubbles, but I'm doing it just for the heck of it. My room is really warm. Whew. I don't know if it's just because these lights. It's warm in here. I can't imagine how really warm it would be if my dogs were in here all panting like, and then all that hot dog breath in here too. All right, so this is really, really cool. I got some amazing results. And I always get, before I start and I'm in my mind working on my paint order and all of that, I always think, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? So then I guess then we'll have like teaching moments of why it didn't work. So hopefully I'll know, I'll know why it didn't work. But I've been lucky so far that the 3 lives that I've done, that my paintings have turned out good. Now last night my husband and I were, or yesterday, I was working on something and it was just, it was horrible, horrible, horrible. It looked good at first and then I started messing around. That's why I kind of stopped with this one. Because then it was a mess and then I started playing in it, which was kind of fun. And then we ended up taking silicone blaster, which I bought like forever ago and I've never used it. And we just started like blasting the silicone on the paint that was all over my table. It got these cool cells and ended up, by the time we were done, it looked like mud because I was playing in it. So it was kind of fun, even though I had scraped the canvas. So that's usually what I worry about, is that I'm going to have it's going to be a horror story, but this turned out amazing. So I'm happy that you guys can see the results that I'm getting. You saw me mix it. Well, I didn't use the one I mixed only because air bubbles. Let me see if we got any more comments. Thank you so much, Susan. I have not tried the cloud effect yet. I'm going to now. And everyone does a double take when they walk in. I love it. I love it. The painting was so fabulous. I love it.
Yeah, I think he's talking about a coffee table he did.
I didn't see that. Did I miss that? I think I must have missed something. Let me look really quick. I don't see. Oh, time changes on November 3rd. Thank you, Charlie. I knew it was coming up. I don't know. I still can't find it. I missed something. Anyway, let's see. Does it make a difference the way you put the paint in the cup? All right. To me, it does. Now, other people, you know, as I don't really, oh my God, that cup looks amazing also. A lot of times you see people, other artists, I suppose, take their cup and they just kind of go like this. And I did used to do that in the beginning. And I still got good paintings, don't get me wrong. But after, you know, doing it for a while and, like I said, experimenting and doing all of that, for me, pouring it down the side and layering your paints that way it makes a big difference. And you can definitely see, I mean, I got crazy cloud effect here too. But also, like right through this area here, the lines are just beautiful. They're nice, defined, and gorgeous lines. And even in the cloud effect, oh my gosh, look how pretty this looks right here from the, I don't know what the gold and the magenta maybe, or the rose. But yeah, so for me, layering is a big thing. It's key. It's one of the foundations, I guess. And you know, I've learned. It's taken me a while to learn, and it's fun learning too. So I mean, I enjoy it, even though like I've been doing it for a while. And like I said last night, my husband and I were in here, and I had this idea of what I was gonna do, and it sort of turned out, it was like the first half of the canvas looked great, and then the bottom was like, it didn't even match. It didn't even look. It was good, but not with the top half. And so I tried a few things and nothing. It just wasn't working. So everybody has an off time, and sometimes you have more off times than on. But as long as you learn, it's kind of worth it, I guess, because then you're learning and you're getting better for the next time. So hopefully this cloud effect, you've learned something tonight, and it will help you guys get better in your cloud effect, because I love it. I think it's beautiful. And like I said, let me know if you guys try it. Email me your photo of it. Let me know how it worked out. I've had a few people do that, and especially with I think it was the Halloween one where I did the cloud effect with the orange, black, and white, and they were really pretty. So I'd love to see how your guys' turns out with my cloud effect mix. Oh my gosh, and the cells in here, I've just got a crazy amount of cells also. Like all through here cells, all through here. Even up here in this cloud effect, I got some nice, really nice colors too. Down, up, wrong way. My husband's trying to tell me how to do this. Yeah? More? Good, okay. Oh, yeah, this looks really, really pretty. And I will probably do, I think I said it before about doing a video on the dried result. I'm hoping that I will try to do a video. If not, I definitely will post it on my Instagram and my Facebook page. I'm going to try to start doing a video of the dried result. But like I said, it's been a little crazy around here with all the stuff going on, and, you know, with trying to get my YouTube channel ramped up and making it better for you guys, better content for you guys, that it's been a little crazy. So I'm going to sit down now because it is getting a little warm in here. And I am actually going to have to go to the store for more wine for next week, because one bottle just doesn't last very long. I wish my sister was on, because she wanted to know about this red, because we don't generally like the red unless it's a sweet, and this one is a sweet, and it's very good. All right, let's see. Deidre. The ratio is, it's the same for all three. For the Bear, for the Artist Loft, and for the pouring medium. So whatever amount you're going to start with, say 2 ounces of the house paint, the bare house paint. You use 2 ounces of that, you use 2 ounces of your Artist Loft, and you use 2 ounces of the pouring medium. It works great. And you can see the results because this works really, really good. At least I'm loving it anyway. So hopefully it dries really nice like this. Let me see. Karen, I did one that came out beautifully. I haven't been able to make another good one since. I am new. Thank you so much, Tracie, and everyone. I'm going to try yours and your technique. Yes, and let me know. I'd love to see. I know you're pretty good at staying in touch with me, Karen. So I like that. I like to know how you guys are doing and how my techniques are helping you guys succeed with acrylic pouring, because for me, acrylic pouring it's not just putting paint in a cup and dumping it on a canvas. And at least in my opinion, that's not what it should be. I know some people have this idea of what it is, and that's what they think. Oh, it's not really art. You're not really painting. And it is an art. Just because I didn't use a paintbrush doesn't mean it's not art. Origami, for God's sakes, is an art. And it's crazy good. And all they're doing is folding a piece of paper, but they're ending up with this beautiful swan or pterodactyl or God knows what. But it's still considered an art. So for me, I kind of take this a little, not too serious, but because, I'm not that, but I don't like acrylic pouring getting a bad rap, because it does take a technique. It does take a little bit of skill. And when I first started, again, I used to paint with a brush. I used to be the regular, the typical artist with a paintbrush. I used acrylics and I painted abstract and, all of that. And I just came across acrylic pouring a couple years ago, and I started doing it, and my husband just kept saying, you are really good at that. You have an eye for color. And I didn't really pay attention to that. I only did my first video. If you watch it, it's crazy. I only did it so he would kind of get off my back about it already, in a loving way. And I did it, and I loved it. And I've been hooked ever since. And like I said, I'm experimenting, and I'm having fun with it. And I'm kind of lucky that I'm able to do that, where I'm able to stay home and kind of do this, this is what I do. It doesn't pay a lot. But thank goodness that's where my husband comes in, and he helps out quite a bit. And now he's my editor, he's my producer, he's my director, he's my IT guy, pretty much everything. I just do the creating part. So I mean, it does take some skill, and it bothers me when people try to knock it a bit. Oh, it's just dumping paint on a canvas. No, there's more to it than that. That's why I'm trying to help you guys learn, paint layering and how to not get muddy stuff, and, the cloud effect and all of that. And this is fun for me to help you guys too. And, we get to hang out and, spend our Sunday evening together. It's really, really fun. I do enjoy it so much. Let's see. Hi, Julie. You made it. At least you get to see. It turned out amazing. So, pretty happy about that. If you think the trick to clouds is less tilt stretch. It just kind of depends on, let's see, let me read that again. You think the trick to clouds is less tilt stretch. It depends on how thick your paint is on there. I mean, if you've got a lot of paint and you have to get some off, you have to get it off, and hopefully you don't lose the cloud effect. But that's the thing with acrylic pouring. You really don't know. Like I said, when I write my colors on my paper, I sort of have an idea in my head of what I think is going to happen, right? This color is going to mix with this color, and it's going to make this color, and then if that color mixes with this other color, is that color going to make mud? So I always think like a couple steps ahead, almost like a chess game. So I try to do that. But if you have to pour the paint off, you have to pour the paint off, and then you just kind of maneuver it around, and hopefully you don't lose your cloud effect. So I'm hoping that this isn't too thick. I'm kind of just like taking a gamble here with this one, just because it is so. I got a spot there. It is so pretty that I just don't want to move it. So we'll see. And let's see. You need to sit down, don't drink, but I could eat more gelato. Yes, eat more gelato. Tons of practice. Yes. Yep. And it's fun to practice. It's fun to experiment. I love it. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's see. Oh, love. I think he brought a fan in. I just don't want it to blow dust around. That happens. And then you get dust on your painting. That's all right. Yeah, thank you guys really, really a lot for hanging out. That was one of the things I was kind of nervous about, that nobody would show up. And I kind of have, you know, a little bit of a following, and that's cool because it's fun. Because I didn't want to just talk to myself. So I'm glad that a few of you show up. That's awesome. And you guys are learning some stuff. And even when I do a painting, I learn pretty much every time I do one. Even though I think that I know what I'm doing, I still learn, you know, every time. So this is, there's almost like an eyeball, little eyeball right here. The colors blended really cool too, because I almost have like this orange color over here, and then there's like some green in there and some purple. I figured I would get some purple. So, hi Patricia. Karen, thank you. You're a big inspiration. You're the reason I'm still doing it. Aw, thank you. Keep on doing it. Even if you get frustrated. Because I was frustrated yesterday. And because, you know, when you get that one bad one, you're like, ugh. And then we cleaned up. Well, I cleaned up. I cleaned up this mess. And we did another one. And it was fabulous. So I usually don't like to, if I have one that I'm not happy with, that I scrape, then I have to go till I get a good one. So luckily the next one was good, or at least my husband thought it looked good, so we stopped. It looked like fire, so that was pretty cool. It's really vibrant. I used red, orange, and yellow, and it turned out pretty good. So that'll be coming up, that video. Let's see. I hope we can get the video afterwards. I missed the beginning. Yeah, once it's over, it has to render, I think it's called. And then once it's rendered, then you'll be able to watch it, and then you'll be able to hear all the, you know, all the talking, all of the instruction with the amounts and all of that stuff in the beginning. I love live shows. Well, I do too. I was not sure if I would. My husband's pretty supportive and encouraging me to do stuff, even though, like I said, when I first started, it was a little out of my comfort zone. At least that's not live. But I didn't have any really editing software. Like, I was recording on an iPad, and that was 2 years ago, and it was bad. It was really bad quality. So if you want to watch something that's bad, I mean, it's a good video as far as what I did. I did some coasters, I think, that were kind of cool, but just the sound quality was bad. The video quality was bad. So from that to what I'm doing now is like night and day. So props to my husband, because he keeps me up on all that, and he watches, I don't know if you guys have heard of Peter McKinnon. He's great on YouTube, photographer. He watches him a lot and gets a lot of tips from him. And he's got a million subscribers. I don't know. Oh, 4 million. My bad. 4 million subscribers. And he got them in like 2 years. That's a ton of subscribers. So he's doing quite well for himself. And he's pretty smart about photography and all the lenses, whatever, all that stuff. So my husband watches that, and that's where we're getting all of our all of our new equipment ideas from him. So if you're interested in photography and all that, check him out. It's Peter McKinnon. He's pretty good stuff. All right, so see you next Sunday. Have a great week. You too, Patricia. Props to you, love, from Karen. And Sheena. Hi, Sheena. Yeah. And I think I got everybody. Okay. Props, hubby. 8 o'clock. All right, well, I think, are we going to call it? I think we're going to call it an evening, so everybody can get ready for the next work week. And I got some paint stuff I have to clean up and relax until Monday starts, which is just probably more painting for me. More experimenting, more painting. I have ideas crazy. I went to bed last night actually. Well, my dog kept throwing up. Not that you need to know that. That's probably TMI. But when you're in a sound sleep, any of you that have dogs, and they are trying to throw up in the middle of the night, and you wake up, I jump out of bed twice. She did it to me twice last night. She was chewing on this one bone that I took away because I finally figured out what was causing her to throw up. It was one of those Nyla bones, and she can't digest it, so it's sitting there. Anyway, so in between those jumping up and taking care of Hazel, I was dreaming about layering my paint over and over and over and over in my dream. And I was doing a kiss pour, and I was doing red and white and green and silver for Christmas. And I couldn't get it right. And that's all I kept dreaming about, was layering paint. So hopefully tonight I maybe will just dream about this beautiful cloud painting, and it's very relaxing looking, and I will fall asleep better. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos on Tuesday and Thursday. And don't forget to thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you learned anything. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Subscribe. I'm this close, guys, to 8,000. I'm like 5 away. Only 5. Just need 5. I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. We'll see. But if not, but that's my goal. Anyway, again, have a great night, you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday. Bye.